Hello, my name is Jason Lajara.
And I'm Michael Vescera.
And welcome to the FAL Consulting Podcast, your number one source for educational crypto content. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. And on today's show, we'll be going over the top 10 cryptos for the day, as well as Burger King and Robinhood are doing one of the world's first crypto sweepstakes. Assassin's Creed creators want to make blockchain games, and Twitter flags Squid Game token accounts as price crashes, as well as an interview with our very own Mike about the NFT New York experience that he went to this past Monday. All that and more on today's FAL podcast. Before anything else, Mike, anything listeners here on this podcast, financial advice?
Nah, NFA. I was going to try to make it like an NFT. I forgot.
You should have worn
non-fungible advice.
You should have worn a shirt like that yesterday.
Yeah, non-fungible advice. I wish.
Non-fungible advice.
It's unique advice, though.
I'm pretty excited, though, to talk to you about the NFT New York.
Nah, yeah, it was pretty cool. I was a little skeptical at first what was going to be going on, but it was cool. There was some truck outside where you could buy, like, it said rare crypto merch, but I'm sure it was just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I think it was a Meta Factory. I don't know what exactly they do, but I think I don't know if it's the Meta people that I'm thinking of that Jeff is talking about. Then it was pretty big.
There's definitely been some pretty big names, and I've seen a couple of them on Twitter here in New York. But the listeners will have to wait till later on in the podcast. We're also going to be doing a little bit of a speed round through the news stories, kind of changing it up today since we want to focus more on the NFT side of the podcast, the interview side. So we'll run through the news stories. We're going to try to run through the news stories a little bit faster than usual, depending on whatever hijinks me and Mike get into.
Yeah, bro, you never know.
Not on this podcast. Be the Wild West.
The Wild West, the Squid Game Wild West.
Squid Game Wild West. Let's see where Squid Game sits on the top 100. I'm not going to read the top 100, but maybe it's tapping here after the weekend it's had. See why it's in the news stories for the day. But at number one, we have Bitcoin at $63,402, up 3.58%. At number two, we have Ethereum at $4,515, a new all-time high, up 3.76%. At number three, we have Binance Coin at $561, up 3.02%. At number four, we have Tether. At number five, we have Cardano at $1.98, up 1.54%. I was waiting for that. At number five, we have Cardano at $1.98, up 1.54%. At number six, we have Solana at $214.90, up 4.43%. At number seven, we have XRP at $1.13, up 3.69%. At number eight, we have Polkadot at $51.53, up 5.44%. At number nine, we have Shiba Inu at 0.00006753, down 5.75%. At number 10, we have Dogecoin at 27 cents, up 2.28%. Please sell all your Shiba so I do not have to keep recounting its price within the top 10. That is not financial advice, but
yeah, they're just living for these meme tokens. Crypto.com today too. They listed what was it called? Dogelon Mars. That's the new one that they're promoting it on their Twitter and shit. They're like, oh yeah, you could start trading it today. It could be the next Shiba. Will it be the next Shiba Inu? I think it said actually.
I said everything I needed to say for now.
I might have to buy, bro.
I
might
know.
buy it. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll put it up on the portfolio, up on the page over there.
Nah, I'm buying it from a black a black hole. Nobody's gonna know what that shit is.
Nobody's gonna.
If I do have it, I don't know.
Maybe you have it now. You just
trying
to put people on.
Nah, I remember fucking. You know how I know it's probably gonna blow up? Because fucking Chuck told me about it.
Oh, you're right. Chuck.
He told me about it. He called me too.
Yeah, I do remember that. Chuck used to work with us a couple of months back on a consulting job. He's actually the brother of one of their main heads over here at FAL Consulting. He's a pretty cool guy, and he's given us some advice financial advice we've not taken, and we've lost out on. Not saying that financial advice you get leads to loss.
I don't know if he cashed in on that financial advice either, but he's all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of financial advice that I want to give out.
He'll be fine.
He definitely will be fine. And maybe you'll be fine if you go to Burger King and are looking...
Start stuffing your fucking face.
and you start looking, you probably won't be fine, stomach wise, but maybe financially you'll be fine because Burger King and Robinhood are doing one of the world's first cryptos sweepstakes. One Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin are up for grabs for those wishing to enter. You have to sign up for the Burger King Rewards program. 20 Bitcoin are being given away. So the odds are 1 in 100,000 for the Bitcoin. The odds are 1 in 10,000 for the Ethereum, with 200 coins being given away for Ethereum, 1 for Bitcoin. And there's 2 million Doge out there just fucking being handed out. And that'd be pretty.
Take it.
If I'm already going to Burger King, I'm making a bad health decision to eat this food. I really don't want to also be given some fucking Doge.
Burger King's great to begin with, and now the fact that you could win some crypto, why not? I didn't know that they had a Burger King app. You could order ahead. That's pretty fat, but honestly,
there's one for McDonald's too. You could order Burger King. Well, before DoorDash and stuff was big, but you could order Burger King to your house in like Brooklyn.
Yeah, I still can't believe, why would I order fast food delivery? That sounds crazy.
I'm just that
Dunkin' Donuts is on there too. Like, why would I ever? I order
you
coffee
want your coffee
a lot,
to be
honestly.
that much more watery than it already is when you buy it from Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' great.
But I think it's pretty cool. Burger King, give out some Doge. It ties in. It doesn't really because I didn't put it in here. But Aaron Rodgers recently announced that he's also going to be taking a portion of his salary in crypto, and it ties into just the masses being led to
people
see
are
more
getting
crypto.
it in a bunch of different ways. People are getting it in their paychecks. You could get it for just as rewards for eating food at Burger King. Other people have just signed a partnership with I think it was Visa and MasterCard, so now you could earn crypto rewards on your regular purchases, like 1% back on gas or some shit.
Yeah, double up.
Things like that. It's to, what's the word I'm looking for? Adoption. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the reasons for people to adopt, and it gets people more familiar with it. I didn't know what crypto was, but then they gave me a Dogecoin over at Burger King, and now I can open up my wallet because I'm pretty sure
that's what I was gonna say. Does it go to your wallet, or is it like a Robinhood where there is no wallet? You just get you got Dogecoin on here, and now you could use it to pay for your next Burger King meal.
I believe it's like they were loading Dogecoin onto the Burger King app so that we can get paid back in the Dogecoin we just gave you. No, I think they're doing a little QR code on their receipts that you end up scanning if you win.
Oh, if I'm not shaking down mad people at Burger King.
Crypto sweepstakes, not the first of its kind. Coinbase did something last year with a giveaway, but they didn't kind of disclose enough information, and it fell under the sweepstakes rules. So they're in a clash action lawsuit right now. So hopefully Burger King and Robinhood are doing everything they need to do. From what I know, there's no purchase necessary to enter like most sweepstakes. So who knows? You just gotta mail over a fucking piece of snail mail to Burger King to enter to win 1 Bitcoin or 10,000 or 1 of 10,000 Ethereum. But like I said, it's pretty good. Nothing crazy.
Nah, yeah. And speaking of snail mail, you got fucking Squid Game too, scamming people. That's going to be the next class action lawsuit, to be honest with you.
If you can find the developers.
Those guys are so far gone, they might as well be the Undertaker.
So what happened with the Squid Game? We talked about it last week about just ridiculousness of the price rising, but we didn't really mention anything that happened further.
Yeah, so pretty much all that happened was they said, yeah, we're the official Netflix partner of the show Squid Game. People got, they got a little crazy. They started buying it up, and they found out they couldn't sell it. That's when people started questioning things. Then Twitter suspended the accounts because it said, they were flagged as like suspicious activity, and they wound up, the price went up to like $2,800 and down to $0 in the same day.
Yeah.
So it was about I forget how, it was like $3.3 million that they made away with off of this.
That's not too much. We've seen more be stolen within crypto before, within hacks, but this is just a rug pull. We actually haven't seen a little bit of a rug pull since Mark Cuban got into it a couple months back.
Yeah, the Iron Finance or whatever it was. That was pretty funny.
This one's a little bit sillier because it ties into the recent frenzy that social media and society's garnered around Squid Game. And it's pretty funny that now there's a coin that people have been scammed, scammed over.
Right, I mean, it was a decent concept, I guess, if they were actually someone that was going to do it, or you locked up your money and you'd only get it if you were the winner of the game, which is pretty much how the show was too. If you were the last person standing, you won the prize pot.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how people justify it. All right, I guess. But then, who knows? There was no game actually involved. I never actually made it onto the site. I don't know if the site's even still up. I'm pretty sure it's down now, but who knows? somebody may actually try to do something along those lines. You know, Grand Theft Auto's got their own like Squid game in GTA now. They incorporated it somehow. I haven't played it, but I've seen on like YouTube. There's
a lot of people. I believe it's a mod. I don't know if it's a specific mode. Maybe Rockstar added it. But there's been a lot of Squid Game knockoff type of games on Roblox and people doing it on Minecraft. And like you said, over on Grand Theft Auto 5, it goes back to... I had a pretty lengthy segment about Squid Game and Shiba Inu and everything on the last podcast. So if you listen to that, you totally understand. But, do your own research. And I'm sorry if you lost your money. That's, truly all I could say. I hope there'll be another Squid Game that you could enter to win it all back.
Hopefully. You'd be hyped too. There's this Olympus DAO is also some Dogecoin type of dog investing DAO. Sounds like bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got scammed for $53 million this
Inside
weekend
of this?
also.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just on top of, the Squid Game scam. It was like another $53 million scam happened too on same week, same weekend.
I can't sleep on this, man. It's literally getting to the point where it's like, how can you even track how much? If I was in charge of like tracking this in the government, if there is a person to do that, I'd be ripping my hair out at this point.
Yeah,
because how can you even go? Yeah, where do you begin?
Yeah. So it's definitely spread around between hundreds of wallets at this point.
It's gone.
Put it through a scrambler, throw it in some Monero. There's a lot of Romeros on Staten Island. Romanos.
There's a lot of.
There's a lot of assassins on Staten Island too. Apparently,
apparently, yeah. I was trying to say there's Monero's being tried to be brought into Ubisoft. I couldn't figure out a way to do that. But Ubisoft creators wants to make blockchain games. It's pretty big. Ubisoft, creators of Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, anything Tom Clancy. Actually, they bought the naming rights to Tom Clancy. He's been dead for like 10 years, but they bought it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was a book writer, no?
Yes.
Yeah, so what did he ever have to do with these games?
Yeah, they adapted it. They adapted the first.
Get the royalty check.
Yeah, they have the naming rights. Now they're just making games that aren't even tied to books that he wrote, like The Division and stuff like that. But that's a thing for another day. A little gripe with Ubisoft I have, using the dead man's name. But his family's probably making a bunch of money off of it, so it doesn't really matter. It's a pretty good deal. I wish Jason Lajara's fucking kart racing 4 in the future when I die, because I wrote something, but I digress. They're wanting to invest into blockchain games. They already actually have. They invested in Amico Games. They're the developers of Revs Motorsport, Rev Racing, and Formula E High Voltage. These all seem like racing games. They all utilize the Rev token, enabling players to own in-game items and NFTs. And this was announced during a Q3, a quarter 3 call for Ubisoft. So it's pretty big because it's not just like a statement from the CEO being like, hey, we want to, do this. This is the CFO speaking directly to, the investors within the company and letting them know that this is the future that they expect. And it's probably being said because there have been questions within, their investors and probably other investor meetings about where blockchain games are coming into the space. Especially with Facebook becoming metaverse and Microsoft just today announcing, its own metaverse and a bunch of different things. So it looks like Ubisoft's going to be the first big publisher to make their way into blockchain games with this investment, and maybe they can make it a little bit more mainstream by actually bringing it to platforms like PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah, they definitely could. And Rev, it's the play to earn that's going to be, I guess, the biggest part of these blockchain games. Like this one is pretty much you could buy every piece of your Formula One car as an NFT. The engine, the tires, the steering wheel. Well, I don't know about the steering wheel, but the engine, the tires, the car itself are all different pieces that you buy separately. You could basically build your own Formula One car and then you could race it. And it's kind of like Zedron. You win the race, then you win some money.
Yeah, and it's pretty expensive to get into some of these games currently. I like Rev, I haven't looked into it, but I know that Axie Infinity is something similar, where you use the monsters to fight each other in like Pokemon-like battles, just to get 3 of them, because that's what you need to start battling. I think it's over like 3 ETH or something, 4 ETH at this point. Who knows with the rise that they've given. So maybe Ubisoft entering the space, having the money that they do, they don't need to take the big risk and have it be so expensive to enter. Maybe they make their own Ubisoft token, and then they end up just utilizing that for all across all their games. That's probably where I see it going.
Yeah, I can see that too. Might as well at that point just make your own type of marketplace, basically.
Yeah, because then they are able to now separate away from Sony and Microsoft and whoever, Steam, taking a cut when someone buys, a skin in the Tom Clancy game. It was, instead of getting $8.50 because Sony's taking $1.50 to process that, now they're getting the full $10 or 10 ubi, whatever they end up deciding to call it. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I could see ubis.
Get a couple of ubis. Yeah, that's all I really have to say on it. Ubisoft, keep doing your thing. There's nothing with an announcement, what they want to do. Some people are very afraid of the technology, but like I've said in the past, video games have only grown with technology. They've only gotten better. Yes, bad things have come, but we have a bunch of really bad things in the video game industry right now that we don't talk about. So if we're just going to focus on blockchains and shit, it's really stupid because we should be going after Call of Duty and 2K and all these other places that release the same game every year, and fucking Blizzard, doing whatever over in their company. There's a bunch of other issues that we need to tackle before we start looking at NFTs and blockchain video games as the destruction of video games, because as I see it, we're doing it to ourselves with playing things like freaking Warzone all the time and buying FIFA every year. But like I said, it's not for this podcast.
Yeah, FIFA's lit though. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
FIFA may be the most corrupt sports league in existence ever anywhere in the world. I'll still play the game.
They also have like one of the most corrupt microtransactions things in Europe, regulated loot boxes because of FIFA, and a bunch of moms being like, my kid bought $3,000 worth of fucking trading cards over on this goddamn game, and they didn't tell them.
Yeah, it sounds like Lou.
And they had to start putting over putting the percentage of a chance you would get when you open a pack to get something, because they were like, you guys can just set the rule, like you guys are literally just setting, this is gambling, like you guys are just setting
pretty much.
So there's been a bunch of things about it. That's why you don't see much loot boxes in games anymore, because it's basically a fucking it's a scam. A scam is one thing, but
yeah, we send you a whole box full of T-shirts, all these other things. It's like there's something going on.
I got a couple good shirts off of those though. I had a loot box for a little bit, loot crate for a little bit. But we're not here to talk about loot crate. We're here to talk about the loot that Mike picked up over at NFT New York this past Monday. It's happening all week. It's a conference or a get-together of a bunch of individuals in the NFT space here in New York, kind of talking, meeting, and discussing what NFTs mean for crypto and the masses in general.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Got to meet a bunch of different people. One of the kids that was actually a Decentraland developer. That was I think the coolest person that I met, honestly. Yeah. I met this other kid. I think his name was it Elio or Leo? I don't remember.
Elio.
I think it was Leo, because I was kind of like shocked when I was like, oh, I thought his name was Elio. But he was a class act. I fucked with him. The Decentraland kid was cool. I was more interested in meeting like those kind of people than the people that were like,
influencers.
I bought a Bored Ape, and now I just smoke weed where I want, because that's pretty much the kind of people that I met that had Bored Apes. They thought they were too cool for school. I got a Bored Ape, bro.
All right, bro. I didn't know it was like that. But it's good to hear that there's some cool developers.
Things, people think that they're cool because they got a punk, they got a Bored Ape. But it was pretty cool. Even meeting them was still kind of cool. You get to see like what came of, who bought it and shit like that, the type of people. Yeah, like what they actually utilize their wealth with. Like, are you holding the ape currently? Have you bought other NFTs? Nah, like one of the kids I was talking to wasn't like shot about it. He was like, yeah, I got two of them. One, I really like this one, so I'm gonna keep it. The other one I'll probably sell at some point. So I think he said they were worth like 40 ETH a piece. Jesus. Yeah. That's ridiculous. It's kind of crazy. I didn't expect there to be an event so quick with NFTs, and especially for it to have as much turnout as it's seeming to have, because day 2 is currently going on right now, and Jeff's over there. Last time I spoke to him, he said he was going to see Quentin Tarantino speak. I can't wait to talk to him about that. Yeah, no, the kid, actually the Decentraland kid that I was talking to too was like, yeah, we had a whole meeting set up. Jordan Belfort was supposed to be there. We talked to him on the phone. He was supposed to come through, do a little speech for some video conference that they were doing. The guy never showed up. That sounds about like Jordan Belfort. I can't believe I forgot that he told me that. That shit was pretty funny. So it sounds like a regular crypto conference where there's the bad movers, there's the developers, people who actually see stuff in the space, and then just people who are trying to look for some clout, or other people just there to meet people and have friends within the space. Yeah, that's all it was, really. Just like maybe more. I wouldn't say like a meet and greet. you know. But it was kind of like a
The
networking
specific
thing.
event that you went to was
Yeah.
a football event, actually.
Yeah,
We should also mention
I
that.
was the only person in there wearing a football jersey. I felt like a scumbag.
Oh, wow. So they
I had on sweatpants and a football jersey like I was going to Kettle Black.
and they
And we were at
advertised
Slate.
they advertised it as a football game, but you ended up over at a high class party.
Yeah, I was on Madison Avenue and West 21st Street in sweatpants.
How was Jeff
I like,
looking?
what? Jeff had on a suit. I was like,
That
damn,
sounds
bro,
like Jeff.
I didn't know we were wearing suits, bro. I look like I look ridiculous.
I would have thought people in the crypto industry, they would have been out there like my boy CZ, not even
Yeah.
wearing a pair of pants.
Yeah, there was like one other person in a football jersey, and like there was more like streetwear too. A couple people wearing suits, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was some people there too that didn't. They weren't even there for like the NFT event. They didn't know too much what was going on. They found out about it. This one girl that we were talking
There's free
to.
drinks.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna be free drinks. I tried to give the bartender my card. She was like, "Oh no, it's part of the event." I was like, "What?" I didn't even pay to get in here.
It's free.
Yeah, we had this one girl that was online, like right behind me and Jeff. She asked if we were here for the event, and she was like, "Yeah, bro, I run this." She does this sports gambling show. I forgot what the name of it. She said it was. But she didn't know anything about NFTs. She was meeting somebody there, trying to find out what's going on. But she's apparently in a fantasy football league too, with Aqib Talib and a couple other retired football players.
How'd she end up in there?
She was supposed to be meeting somebody. She's trying to get more involved in this. One of the guys that runs the Knights of Degen, which was the guys that ran the event. The company she works for has her trying to like network with these people and sell like a bunch of them for them, something along those lines. But that's why she was there. She was tough. Like she definitely had money. She was not trying to hear none of it.
Yeah, she's about business.
Type of thing. Yeah, she was about business, scalebag. But and we were online for. She was like, "Why are we waiting online to get in?" And I was like, "I don't know. There's probably people in there or something." She's like, "Oh wait, hold on." She calls somebody. And she's like, all right, yeah, I forgot this guy gave me his number. He's in there right now. He's going to get me in. And I was like, all right, you are a scalebag.
Like, all right, well, good for you. You and DJ Nape or whatever you have. I'm here to actually talk about
She seemed cool, though.
Yeah.
Everybody was pretty cool.
That's what I'd say. You know, for as nose in the air as some of these people are or were being at the time, I think they're allowed a little bit of it with the way that if they go to any other space and speak about NFTs or even crypto in general, they may have people scoff at them and raise their nose, you know, in the air. So at least be in a room with people who understand what your status, quote unquote, is within this community, and to understand what you're talking about, and be able to turn to someone and be like, did you hear about this? And, you know, make a joke. It's not often that you and I could probably leave the office and joke about crypto or even speak about the future potentials of it or what we don't like about it.
Nah, yeah. Like the kid Leo I was talking to about, we were talking about how undecentralized maybe some of these proof of stake things like Ethereum are. He was like, how are you going to tell me it's decentralized, but I got to put 32 ETH up to be involved in the staking? Yeah.
How decentralized is it truly? If I have to...
Yeah, so we were talking like things like that too, so it was cool.
Yeah, every country club is centralized then if you
Yeah,
want to talk about
is.
it. Because I can enter. Anybody can be a part of it and make decisions. It's just that you have to pay $45,000 to get inside of it. But that sounds pretty awesome. We'll definitely have more stuff throughout the week about NFT New York. Hopefully we can get Jeff on here. I know Jeff's going to run through it on his podcast when he comes later on with Andrew. So you guys can definitely listen over on Thursday for that. We're all going to go out on Thursday, so there should be an interesting episode on Friday. And if there's anything else you want to talk about NFT New York?
So we tried going into the bar like after the one right next door after Slate closed, and the bouncer just wasn't having it. I guess too many people were trying to get in. They were already packed. One of the guys that I was talking to that had the Bored Ape was like, "Yo, I'll give you 5 Ethereum right now." That I said. He was like, "I don't care what you got. You're not getting in."
Wow, bro. The guy said that?
Yeah.
Bro, I would have... Fuck. Damn, bro. That guy didn't know nothing.
That shit was pretty funny.
That's honestly a joke that only you and I and a very small amount of people would be like, I'll give you 5 of these. Like, what are you trying to give me, bro? Fuck you.
Yeah, and this other guy we were talking to in there too is also Des Bryant's manager. Or maybe not his manager, but he's partners with Des Bryant and the NFT project that they're doing. I forget exactly what exactly is going on. I haven't looked at it in a while, but he showed me a group chat that he's in with Von Miller, Max Crosby, Marlon Humphrey, Des Bryant. I was like, damn, bro, you got professional athletes just sending you text messages.
Yeah, just hitting you up because you know about NFTs. That's amazing. For all the gripes and the problems and the hacks and the whatever bullshit that we have talked about, still feel within the NFT community, I think it's obvious that it's going into something gigantic, especially with this one event that Mike went to and all the names that he's able to tout now and who people know. People want to get into it. Just the name of the amount of athletes that let him know, especially after this Aaron Rodgers news that just dropped. It's only going to go up from here. I expect public awareness in investing in it. Yeah, we'll probably see some plumps and we'll probably see some crashes in the market because there's a couple projects that definitely need to be shaken out. But what will the NFT space look like when these projects are shaken out? I don't personally know, but it'll be interesting to see. I bet a lot of the conversations happened over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. The apes talking about, yo, bro, we're going to be partying for the rest of our lives, bro. We'll see.
I don't know about that, but there's probably some people who told that to people who bought Bitcoin back in 2009 and then made a bunch of money in 2013. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. The price of Bitcoin didn't go from like $1 to $400,000 in a day.
You're right. There's a little bit more natural growth there.
Yeah, I guess there is less Bored Apes out there than there is Bitcoin. So I don't know. Maybe supply and demand. I don't know.
But that sounds awesome. I can't wait to go. Honestly, Jeff's out there today he's been in the field all week. He got himself a ticket and he's excited. He's making some connections and hopefully he gets some people that we can interview here on the podcast. I know that I personally on Thursday am going to be looking for that. To look around and get some people for the podcast. Maybe I can do some in the field interviews with Andrew's lavalier mic. That's what I was thinking about doing. I don't know if you saw anybody doing that while you were out there.
Yeah, you're gonna be running around like Billy Eichner and Jason on the street.
Yeah, Jason on the street. All right, bro, what do you fucking think about his NFT? Let me know. I don't think about it.
You're useless.
I love Billy Eichner. It's one of the funny. Brian watched a lot of that last year.
He's actually in the new American Crime Story series.
Oh, is he in like legit serious acting?
Yeah, he's playing. So the Drudge Report was supposedly one of the first like blog sites that was putting up like news like story. He was the guy that. He was the guy that started it, yeah, and he talks with like the Sherlock Holmes type of accent with the fedora hat.
Yes, that fucking guy. The Drudge News. I heard a lot about that guy in the past because of like stupid news stories and stuff. That was a pretty big website back in like the early 90s.
Yeah,
like, taken as like a legit thing.
Yeah, because he was if the show is physically or historically accurate, then he was actually the first one to break the story because the publication was like, nah, this is wild. We can't put this out there about the president and not have absolutely concrete evidence that this girl's not lying.
And he was like, nah, bro, I'm about to bring some fake news and tabloids to politics right now. That's an interesting, actually, good point back to that to be the point where American politics fell. But you probably point to a bunch of other points in society. But let's not get depressing because we had a pretty good show. We talked about some NFTs. We talked about Squid Game, getting people to invest money and then lose out on it. Ironically, Assassin's Creed wanted to get over in some blockchain games. Burger King and Robinhood mashing up to give some people some crypto.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I'm about to order some Burger King.
I'm not going to join you on that.
They got ghost pepper nuggets. You and Drew had fucking Wendy's for breakfast yesterday.
I just had a couple nuggets for breakfast, but yeah, there was some Wendy's for breakfast. But
it wasn't even Wendy's breakfast.
It wasn't
like chicken sandwiches.
It was chicken nuggets. It was pretty good chicken nuggets. It was like 11 in the morning. It's not even. I'm not going to justify my foods. I'm going to thank you for being here though on the podcast, Mike. Thank you for talking about NFT. Yes. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following. Thank you. You can follow me on Twitter over at crypto_Lajara. You can follow Mike over at Scuba Scungilli. That's SCUBASCUNGILLI. You can follow the official FAL Crypto Consultants. Just messing it all up. The official FAL Crypto Consultants Twitter over at CryptoFAL. FAL is a one-stop shop for all your cryptocurrency needs, from answering questions for new people to bigger institutional clients. We're there for you, regardless if you need a small business or bank. We'll make sure to take a tailored approach to all your needs. Our team houses specialists in all areas of cryptocurrency, from mining, trading, creating NFTs, DAOs, staking, and lending questions to general market research. Go to cryptofile.com to learn more. Have a great day, everybody.